All right, so y'all saw our last episode. This is the Crease podcast, and we just kind of wanted to bring y'all in on a little bit of sitting on the shelf since we skipped it this past week. We're gonna kind of do this going forward, kind of drop some of these topics off at you, just left and right, not anywhere in particular as far as the episodes go. The episodes are gonna be more in line with what's coming out each week and keep you more on track. These are just gonna be topics we like talking about. They've always been topics we just like talking about, evergreen topics that you can watch these whenever you'd like. So this week, as we've talked about on episode 17, is Mamba week. So the great Kobe Bryant, RIP to him. It was his birthday this past week. Everything has just been a big culmination of emotion with him, to be honest with you, especially having the league back and everything. So I think, or having the league in the playoffs. So I think the one thing we want to talk about this week, um, the Mamba, bro. Is there any Mamba moments, shoe related that stick out in your head?
Um, yeah, man, definitely. Can never forget MSG 61. Man, I think I was catching most of that game, but I think it was even on Sports Center, like they kept updating the score moment in, moment out. It was almost like Woj on on draft night, dude. It was crazy. But yeah, Kobe dropped 61 points on at MSG, all over the Knicks head top. This was back in '09. And he was rocking the Kobe 4 Del Sols. Can just never forget, man. Kobe put it on him, man. It was a freak show. I think he had 27 points at the end of the first or end of the second. So the man came to ball. Okay, so he was not holding back. He was relentless. But yeah, man, just you never forget Kobe rocking those Kobe 4s. Those were some of the heaters right there. So can never forget that, man. Rest in
That's a,
peace, Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, GG. So
yeah,
definitely. What about you? What's your favorite Kobe moment?
that's a big one, bro. That MSG moment. I mean, I don't think if you watch basketball and you've been watching basketball for a long time, that's one that you haven't forgotten and you won't forget because that's an all-time Kobe moment that made Kobe. That built the aura around Kobe big
It's
time.
definitely, and MSG is a renowned place to play basketball. Some of the greatest have ever walked through there, and he left there being the man on top. He had the most points scored at MSG ever at the time, and I think James tie him not too long ago, or he got pretty close.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got 60 at MSG this
Yeah,
past year. Like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's you know it's Kobe and then everybody else. So that's very memorable in my mind. It was, between that, his last game in '81, those are like some of the defining moments whenever we talk about Kobe being Bryant. So
Yeah,
that's
huge moments, and that 11, to that point, the 11 is the shoe I think about because it was most recent with him playing last in it and all that. I think um, off the top of my head, there was a time he played Golden State that last time he played them, and he was in Oakland, I believe, and he gave Draymond a pair after the game that he wore, and he signed him on the toe, and it was like this gradient purple into white on the toe box, and I was just like, bro, these are stupid fire. So that pair I think about all the time because I wish they released those. Definitely just a Kobe PE, and Draymond has those in his crib, so that's so dope. And the other one from that year is the finale that you and me witnessed together against Utah, where he just went off and nobody expected. I think he shot 40 times that game, but my man got him 60 in the finale. So that was Mamba out. And so for the sitting on the shelf this week, my Mamba Moment pair in particular is going to go take us back to the 2012 All-Star game. Kobe was participating. This was in Orlando at the Amway Center. Kobe had 27 that game. He did not win MVP. Kevin Durant won MVP. However, Kobe won MVP of the kit game that night, in my opinion, because he did pull out the Galaxy All-Star Game 7. There was a bunch of fire that night. I do understand. But this pair in particular, I always remember that Kobe just pulled out. I remember seeing him on the court just being like, oh my, I cannot believe that's what they actually look like. And this pair in particular, just the way the colors were blotched on the upper, I mean, it was just, bro, it was hard to beat. So that was definitely a moment I think of when I think of Kobe pulling out crazy heat. Christmas Day. Kobe had crazy Christmas Day. He had that on lock because the Lakers are on Christmas every single year. So Kobe had that on lock. But I mean, we could talk about a bajillion moments of Kobe in shoes. I think about him dunking in the Adidas when he cocked that to the side and boomed in the Adidas, in the originals. But
The Adidas Kobe ones.
yeah, the original Kobe ones. Yeah. So I mean, there's lots of different options for our little subject today. I'm going to go with the All-Star Game Kobe sevens. So yeah, I think that is a super dope shoe. Is there any off the top of your head any other shoes you want to mention? Maybe two or three Kobe either models or silhouettes or colorways that you'd like to mention that are pretty high up on your list there.
Uh, Man, I mean, where do you
We
start?
both we both go Grinch. I think for sure is a.
Can't forget the grilled cheese Kobe
About
one.
like your favorite three Kobe models. Your favorite three Kobe models.
Undefeated Kobe one Protros. Gotta say the Grinchies.
No,
Uh,
like models. So the six, the one, the six.
the one, the six. Oh man, and it's a tie between the 7 and the 8.
Woo!
But you can't forget the 10s though, because I love the 10s. The 10s are
I
one
know.
of my favorites because so I mean, okay, one for sure,
Yeah.
and that could be Adidas or Nike, but one for sure. Uh, the sixes, and then I'm gonna have to say 10s, and then 7 and 8s are like tying for fourth.
Oh,
The thing about the sevens is like just particular colorways, and then they also introduced the first anklet, like you can
yeah.
the add-on stuff for it. So those were fire. Um, and then yeah, that's about it. The 10s they just look most comfy, and then the ones are just bueno bueno bueno.
I will match you on two of those for sure. For sure, the tens are in my top three. For sure, the sixes are in my top three. And you nailed it. I would probably go. Oh, it's so close, but I'd probably go eights. I'd probably go eights. The 8 low is insane. It's one of my favorite shoes for sure. And as we talked about, it's one of the most casual, athletic looking shoes that you can wear on an everyday basis. I mean, Nike basketball has been hitting the entire line out of the park for as long as it's been around. So I'm super appreciative that we're definitely getting these retros, these protros, and it's been exciting. As down as the Kobe information and all this stuff that happened to Kobe and all that, as down as that makes you feel, it's nice to see his legacy come back every weekend. It feels like with a new pair of shoes, or like we've been talking about it a lot more lately. So definitely big shout out to Kobe.
Rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, GG.
Yep.
Miss y'all. Can't wait to see y'all again.
Yes, they said, and I saw this meme. They were talking about Kobe walking to the court. Kobe walking to the court on his birthday, and they had the shoddy. Can't be messed up. Can't be messed with up in heaven right now. I'm sure there's some all-time runs going on up in heaven, and I guarantee he still cannot be touched.
Probably like this, like bad play. Definitely. But that is going to wrap up Sitting on the Shelf. What's y'all's favorite Kobe moment? What's your favorite Kobe shoe? We'd love to hear from y'all. Go ahead and drop it in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Everything you do on social media, do it with us too. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we will see y'all next time for the next Sitting on the Shelf. And as always,
Yes.
half stepping around here. You know this, guys. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.